Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to Bad at Board Games.
Well, he's bad at board games.
I'm Brad Blake.
And I'm the Grouchy Nerd.
And I'm only bad at board games, and he's angry at board games. So you don't have to be. What are we going to be talking about today, Grouch?
We're going to go over the top 5 heroes that our own top 5 heroes. This is why I normally script things. Oh my God.
This is what live.
We're going to go over our top 5. We're going to go over our top 5 Marvel Champions heroes.
That's awesome. I know mine probably suck.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I've never given my opinion like this before. This is my first top 5.
So for those who are new to Bad at Board Games or my regular viewers of Bad at Board Games, stick around to the end. You're going to find out what our to number 3 top Marvel Champions hero is. And then you'll get to see like 3, 2, and 1 on the Grouchy Nerd's channel. So hopefully you can pay him a visit as well. And you'll also get to find out how funny he is and why I like his channel so much.
Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm going to be starting off, and my first hero that I like a lot, and I lose mainly, but the discovery or searching for this person's equipment, I find fun. Even though but it also makes you lose a lot, is Iron Man. So
nice.
Yeah, as you're trying to like go and search for those cards, I think the first time I played it, I'm like, how do you win with this guy? How is it even possible? He's got one card. But
yeah, he can be really tricky.
Yeah, but just like, I don't know, there's something that's like a treasure hunt, trying to just accumulate the armor and being able to get it out. And then you really do start to be able to do some pretty amazing things. But I don't know, I found it's a love-hate. I don't pull them out very often, but when I do, it's because I want to, and I want to just have fun, and I don't care if I'm going to win or lose.
I think he was the first one that I really discovered my love of the protection aspect.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that has now then become my favorite aspect as well. But
Yeah.
having early game when there wasn't a very deep card pool, bringing out electrostatic armor, was that the one that was pretty early on, or is it?
Might have been.
No, energy barrier.
Yeah.
One of them. One of them is a tech upgrade that isn't part of his hero kit that helps you kind of fill your deck with a few of those tech upgrades so that you're not dealing with that terrible hand size. I really like Iron Man. He's a lot of fun. He's not on my list, but he's a lot of fun.
That's cool. That is very cool. I'll probably have to get some good lists from you for that. I have not tried him in protection at all.
Oh yeah, I try basically everybody in protection if it's a remotely feasible deck.
Yeah.
And then they all kind of wind up playing almost exactly the same. You have those I'll get into it when I get into one of these heroes, but
Right.
There's like that suite of cards in protection that it's just so satisfying.
Nice. So what is your number 5?
My number 5 is Quicksilver. I really like, again, satisfying. I'm going to say satisfying a lot. Spoilers. If you don't like me saying that word, you're not going to like this video. Readying. I find readying to be very satisfying, and having always be running. I think you have 2 or 3 copies of that, which ready you. He's able to boost his stats pretty well. And being able to ready and then attack and ready and attack and ready and attack. I love that.
That's cool. That Ashby, that might be on my list too. But my friend Ashby was the one that I played with, and that was the way he was playing Quicksilver made me want to go out and buy that deck, because I'm like, wow, that is really, really cool with all the things that he can do with that. And he's like, oh, I'm untapping this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. And that's like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and he has his resource generation card that also readies with you. I mean, it's crazy. You can pull off crazy turns with him.
Yeah.
Plus, always be running is a Glen Ross reference, I think.
Oh, is it really?
I love.
There's
always be closing in Glen. Yeah. Have you seen that?
Always be closing. Yeah, it's been a long time. Alec
I love that
Baldwin
movie.
with that whole.
Yeah, yeah. Which
That's a
that
good one.
whole monologue is not in the original play. It's been added to the play, but when the play first came out, Alec Baldwin's character was not in it.
Really?
Yeah,
They're just trying to get a little
theater trivia for you on this video.
Interesting. So they just added it probably because they wanted his star power at the time.
Well, I think he just needed. I mean, it was already, a published play, and then when they were making the movie, I think they just wanted a more dynamic sort of impetus to the whole thing, and then bringing him in because he only really has that one scene.
Yeah, he's not in it.
Man,
really,
it's powerful.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, everybody still talks about it to this day.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's cool. That's a very awesome pick. And we're going to go on to my number 4. And guess what? It's Quicksilver.
Nice.
Now, sadly enough, this is one of the decks I haven't really changed it much from the stock deck. I mean, I think I've added a couple of cards, but it's one of them. Like, I do have decks that I modify and have just don't, only have their base. But that's one of them that I've just kept as is, really, interestingly enough.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I just like it for what it is. And, you kind of get down the rabbit hole with all the different heroes you have. It's like,
yes. Yeah. It's
unlike the Grouch, I probably have played half my games with just the base decks that came with them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I do. I play them maybe 2 or 3 times as is, just to get a feel of it. And then I go on Marvel CDB and because I'm not smart enough to make these decks, but I love when other people do.
Yeah, exactly.
And try to find a good one. And then that kind of helps me with my overall opinion of how good the hero is.
Yeah, I'm glad they've made that website because it's...
Yeah,
it's like,
it's key. I wouldn't be able to play this game otherwise.
Building decks is just like, no, I don't want to build it from scratch. I don't have that much time.
Yeah. Barely have time to play the game, let alone play the game before you play the game.
Exactly. So, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Spider Woman. I think she has a different deck building rule using the equal number of cards from 2 different aspects, which is just different enough while still being pretty simple that I actually could try and maybe not build a deck from scratch, but I can mess around with a deck that I find. Putting one of the early decks I found was a leadership protection deck that utilized her Captain Marvel signature ally, who draws you a card each time she does anything. So using Med Team and Inspired, is that what it's called? Inspired Leadership, maybe? Something like that.
There is one, Inspired Leadership, yeah.
I think I wrote it down. Wait. Inspiring Presence, I think is what it is.
There you go.
But then you can kind of do that Voltron style ally where you put Sky Cycle and powered reinforced suit, the power gloves, and just really beef up Captain Marvel, and then just draw and draw and draw, and then you have a whole hand of cards so that you can get your stats up by playing the different aspects. It's a very cool deck, and then she also can take both Justice and Leadership shield cards. You can make a really, really powerful shield deck with her.
I think that's how I've got my deck with her, is more of a shield kind of thing. But it's pretty interesting because Adam Warlock has to have 4 different aspects, I think. But I like her better just because, like, I don't know, 4 is just like, I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like I can do anything with him, but
I don't love Adam Warlock.
I don't care for him too much either.
And his pre-built with the cosmic entities are all pretty meh.
Yeah.
But I like that Gamora as well has a little bit. She has a kind of splash card she can add, which isn't too overwhelming. But I think Spider-Woman has that kind of sweet spot of unique deck building rules.
Yeah, she's very cool. Let's see. I try to look at my list again. my number 3, and so this, just for everybody watching, this will be the last one of this video, and so you're going to want to hop over and see what the rest of them are, I'm sure, because we're riveting. And you can see that I know very little, even though I've played Marvel Champions a lot, where Grouch knows a ton. Reciting all the card names. You won't find that on this channel, but you'll find it on his. So my number 3 is Scarlet Witch. I think she's a beast. I really like her, and it's probably because I win with her a lot.
Chaos magic is so good.
Yeah, I mean, like when you get the right cards and then you're damaging based off of the number of stars that are on, in the encounter deck, and you get like one of those like, 4 damage or whatever. I really like her. I've had to stop playing with her because it was like, I'm just winning a lot.
And then you got the whole box full of other heroes, and you just keep going back to the same one.
Yeah. But I really liked her when I kind of got into the groove with her. And I don't know, there's just something about it that I've enjoyed that deck for some reason, especially with aggression.
Awesome. Yeah, she can do some damage.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's just like let's see how fast I can burn this guy down. Or girl, whichever villain it is. But so that's going to wrap this up. Just a couple things about Grouch's channel. He does some great reviews of the individual packs, and he goes into depth about all the different cards and how you can play them. He also does some how to plays with different games. I think you just finished, you said, Arkham Horror card game.
Arkham Horror, the card game, I like literally just finished recording that, so it'll still probably be a week with my horrible attention span of editing, where I edit like 30 seconds of it, and then I just wander off and do something else for a while. So there's usually a little bit of a delay there, but yeah, I do solo games, solitaire games, how to play the rules, and try to make them snappy and informative and in and out as best as possible.
Awesome. And I think some of his lines are hilarious. They make me laugh. But we're going to wrap this up. I don't know how long this didn't take us too long. It's about 15 minutes maybe. So
yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you like these kinds of things, I'd like to do more with Grouch. And would you like to know what our favorite aspects are, favorite villains, anything like that? Comment down below. We'd really appreciate that and interact with you. I know this is a deep dive into Marvel Champions, but I've played it over 100 times now, and it's become one of my favorite games. So hopefully you can come along for the ride. Thank you very much. And just remember, no matter how you play, whether it's solo, with family, or friends, enjoy whatever you are bringing to the table. Have a great night.
See you guys.